Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The pink and white terraces held great significance for both the Maori people and early European visitors. To the local Tūhurangi iwi, they were not only natural wonders but also sacred sites, imbued with spiritual meaning. The names given to the terraces, Te Otukapuarangi and Te Tarata, reflected their deep connection to the natural world and their cultural storytelling traditions. Maori guides played an essential role in sharing the beauty and stories of the terraces with the growing number of tourists who ventured to the region in the mid-19th century. European explorers and scientists first documented the terraces in the early 1800s, and they quickly became a popular destination for travelers. The journey to see the terraces was arduous, involving a long voyage to New Zealand and then a trek through dense bushland, often accompanied by Maori guides. Despite the challenges, visitors were drawn to the terraces' ethereal beauty and the therapeutic qualities of the warm, mineral-rich waters. Artists and photographers of the era attempted to capture the terraces in paintings and early photographs, though none could fully convey their grandeur. The terraces gained international fame, drawing scientists, adventurers, and tourists from around the world. By the 1870s and 1880s, they had become a symbol of New Zealand's natural beauty, featured in travelogues and promotional material aimed at enticing visitors to the country. Their fame was not only due to their striking appearance, but also to the sense of wonder and tranquility they inspired. On June 10, 1886, this serene landscape was forever altered by the eruption of Mount Tarawera. The eruption was one of New Zealand's most catastrophic volcanic events, causing widespread destruction. The explosion was so violent that it was heard as far away as Auckland, over 150 kilometers to the north. Villages near the mountain, including Te Wairoa, were buried under ash and mud, and over 100 people lost their lives. The eruption reshaped the region's landscape, creating 17 new craters and dramatically enlarging Lake Rotomahana. In the immediate aftermath, the fate of the pink and white terraces was uncertain. Some believed they had been destroyed entirely, while others speculated that they might have been submerged under the new lake. For decades, the terraces were thought to be a lost treasure, their memory preserved in written accounts, paintings, and photographs from before the disaster. Interest in the terraces was rekindled in the late 20th and early 21st centuries as technology advanced, allowing for detailed exploration of Lake Rotomahana. Researchers used sonar scanning and underwater robotics to map the lakebed, and in 2011, portions of the pink terraces were discovered intact beneath the water. These findings sparked excitement and renewed efforts to locate the white terraces, though their remains have proven more elusive. Some researchers have theorized that parts of the terraces may still exist, buried under layers of volcanic debris or submerged at inaccessible depths. The story of the pink and white terraces is a powerful reminder of the unpredictable forces of nature and the fragility of even the most magnificent natural wonders. Today, the terraces remain a source of fascination and a key chapter in New Zealand's geological and cultural history. Their legacy endures in the tales passed down by the Maori people, in the historical accounts of 19th century visitors, and in the ongoing scientific exploration of the region. The terraces symbolize a unique intersection of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and the relentless power of the earth. During the mid-19th century, the pink and white terraces emerged as one of the most sought-after travel destinations in the Southern Hemisphere, attracting explorers, scientists, artists, and tourists from across the globe. The journey to these geothermal wonders was not an easy one. Visitors often traveled long distances by ship to reach New Zealand, followed by days of arduous overland travel to reach Lake Rotomahana. Despite these challenges, the promise of witnessing the terraces in person was a compelling draw as their reputation as unparalleled natural wonders grew. Guided by local Maori, particularly members of the Tūhurangi iwi, tourists would embark on waka canoe journeys across Lake Rotomahana to approach the terraces. The Maori guides played an integral role in these excursions, not only navigating the waterways, but also sharing the cultural and spiritual significance of the terraces with visitors. The terraces were viewed by the Maori as taonga, or treasures, deeply tied to their ancestral land and history. Their names, Te Otukapuarangi, the fountain of the clouded sky for the pink terraces, and Te Tarata, the tattooed rock for the white terraces, reflected this profound cultural connection. For the Tourists visiting the terraces was a multi-sensory experience. The terraces also inspired a sense of awe and wonder. The combination of their unique formations, vibrant colors, and the misty geothermal environment created an almost otherworldly atmosphere. Artists and photographers sought to capture the beauty of the terraces, producing paintings, sketches, and early photographs that helped spread their fame even further. These images, along with written accounts from travelers, contributed to the terraces' reputation as one of the great natural marvels of the world. The pink and white terraces became a symbol of New Zealand's unique landscape and a key feature in the emerging tourism industry of the time. Promoters of the terraces emphasized their unparalleled beauty, often referring to them as the eighth wonder of the world. Scientists, too, were drawn to the terraces, studying their geological formation and marveling at the complex interplay of geothermal activity that created such a phenomenon. The popularity of the terraces grew steadily throughout the 19th century, with increasing numbers of visitors arriving each year. They were a rare meeting point of natural beauty, cultural significance, and scientific interest, making them a unique destination that appealed to a wide range of people. The terraces were more than just a visual spectacle. They represented the untamed majesty of New Zealand's natural environment and the deep cultural roots of the Maori people who had cherished them for generations. On June 10, 1886, the serene landscape of the pink and white terraces and the surrounding region was shattered by one of the most violent volcanic eruptions in New Zealand's recorded history. Mount Tarawera, a dormant volcano, unexpectedly erupted in the early hours of the morning, unleashing a series of powerful explosions that tore through the landscape. The eruption created a fissure over 17 kilometers long, with magma and pyroclastic material spewing into the air, accompanied by massive ash clouds that darkened the skies. The disaster had devastating consequences for the local communities. Several nearby villages, including Te Wairoa, Mora, and Tarawera, were obliterated by the eruption. Te Wairoa, known as the Buried Village, was home to both Maori residents and European settlers who catered to tourists visiting the terraces. The eruption buried the village under a thick layer of volcanic ash, mud, and debris, claiming the lives of more than 100 people. Survivors recounted harrowing tales of ash-filled darkness, suffocating heat, and the deafening roar of the eruption. Many sought refuge in nearby caves or attempted to flee to higher ground, but the speed and intensity of the disaster left little chance for escape. The eruption profoundly altered the geography of the region. A series of massive craters formed along the volcanic fissure, while Lake Rotomahana, the body of water near the pink and white terraces, expanded dramatically in size. The force of the eruption raised the lakebed and displaced vast amounts of water, leading to catastrophic flooding that further reshaped the landscape. The terraces, which had stood as iconic natural wonders, were buried under layers of volcanic debris or submerged beneath the newly enlarged lake. For decades, it was widely believed that they had been destroyed entirely. The impact of the eruption extended far beyond the immediate vicinity. Ashfall from Mount Tarawera was carried by wind to locations hundreds of kilometers away, with reports of ash reaching the city of Auckland. The eruption also caused widespread devastation to vegetation and wildlife in the region, leaving a barren and desolate landscape in its wake. The Maori people who survived the disaster were forced to leave their ancestral lands, with many relocating to other parts of the country. The cultural and spiritual loss was profound, as the terraces, once considered sacred treasures, were now thought to be gone forever. The eruption of Mount Tarawera remains one of the most significant natural disasters in New Zealand's history. In addition to its immediate devastation, it marked the end of an era for the pink and white terraces, whose fame and beauty had drawn countless visitors. The event also highlighted the volatile and unpredictable nature of New Zealand's geothermal and volcanic landscape. For decades, the terraces existed only in the memories of those who had seen them and in the accounts and images left behind by artists, writers, and scientists. In the years that followed, the buried village of Te Wairoa became an archaeological site, with excavations uncovering remnants of the settlement buried by the eruption. These efforts revealed artifacts and structures that provided insights into the lives of those who had lived in the shadow of Mount Tarawera. The site stands today as a poignant reminder of the tragedy and the resilience of the people who endured its aftermath. For decades after the 1886 eruption of Mount Tarawera, the pink and white terraces were mourned as an irreplaceable loss to both history and nature. Their destruction symbolized the immense power of volcanic activity and the fragility of even the most awe-inspiring natural wonders. Yet despite the widespread belief that the terraces had been completely obliterated, rumors and speculation about their fate persisted. Local Maori, scientists, and explorers all wondered if parts of the terraces might have survived, either buried beneath layers of ash or submerged under the waters of the newly expanded Lake Rotomahana. In the decades following the eruption, anecdotal reports and fragments of evidence kept the mystery alive. Some locals claim to have seen remnants of the terraces along the lake's shoreline or underwater during periods of low visibility. The dramatic changes to the landscape made it difficult to pinpoint the terraces' exact original locations, as the lake had not only grown in size, but had also shifted in shape and depth. This uncertainty fueled a sense of intrigue and encouraged further investigation. The advent of advanced technology in the 20th and 21st centuries brought new opportunities to explore the lakebed and search for the terraces. Scientists used techniques such as sonar mapping, seismic surveys, and underwater robotics to create detailed maps of Lake Rotomahana's depths. These explorations uncovered fascinating insights into the geology and history of the lake, as well as tantalizing evidence that parts of the terraces might still exist. In 2011, a breakthrough came when researchers announced the discovery of sections of the pink terraces lying deep beneath the surface of Lake Rotomahana. The sonar imaging revealed what appeared to be intact layers of silica formations, consistent with the terrace's distinctive structure. This discovery sparked renewed excitement and hope that more of the terraces might have survived the eruption's devastation. The findings also reignited public interest in the terraces, as people around the world marveled at the possibility that these lost wonders could still exist, hidden beneath the water. Despite the success in locating parts of the pink terraces, the fate of the white terraces remains less clear. Subsequent surveys and expeditions have yielded mixed results, with some researchers identifying potential evidence of their remains and others suggesting they may have been entirely destroyed or buried under layers of volcanic debris. The difficulty in accessing the lakebed's more remote and deeper areas, combined with the complex sedimentation and geothermal activity, has made it challenging to conclusively determine what remains of the white terraces. The ongoing search for the terraces is about more than just recovering a lost natural wonder. It is also a quest to connect with a vital part of New Zealand's history and cultural heritage. For the Maori, the terraces were sacred sites tied to ancestral knowledge and traditions. For the scientific community, they represent an opportunity to study one of the world's most unique geothermal phenomena. For the general public, the terraces symbolize both the beauty and fragility of the natural world, as well as the enduring hope of rediscovery. Today, the pink and white terraces continue to capture the imagination of people worldwide. Efforts to locate and study them are ongoing, with each new discovery adding to the rich tapestry of their story. Whether buried under ash or hidden beneath the waters of Lake Rotomahana, the terraces remain an enduring symbol of New Zealand's natural beauty, its dynamic geological landscape, and the resilience of its cultural and historical heritage. The story of the pink and white terraces remains deeply ingrained in the cultural and historical fabric of New Zealand, continuing to inspire fascination and wonder among locals and history enthusiasts worldwide. These terraces were more than just geological formations. They were natural masterpieces that bridged the realms of beauty, science, and culture. For the Maori people, the terraces were taonga, treasures imbued with spiritual significance. Their names, Te Otukapwarangi, the fountain of the clouded sky, and Te Tarata, the tattooed rock, reflected a rich tradition of storytelling and a deep connection to the natural environment. Even in their absence, the terraces symbolize New Zealand's extraordinary volcanic and geothermal landscape, which is both a source of beauty and a reminder of the Earth's unpredictable forces. The eruption of Mount Tarawera that led to their destruction serves as a poignant example of the volatile power of nature, reshaping not only the physical environment but also the lives of those who lived near its shadow. The memory of the terraces reminds us of the delicate balance between the magnificence of natural wonders and their vulnerability to sudden transformative events. The terraces also represent a significant chapter in the history of global tourism and scientific exploration. In the 19th century, they were a magnet for travelers, artists, and researchers who ventured to New Zealand to witness their grandeur. Through paintings, sketches, and early photographs, the terraces gained an international reputation as the eighth wonder of the world, showcasing the country's unique natural heritage. These depictions continue to evoke a sense of awe and curiosity about what was lost and what might still be rediscovered. The ongoing efforts to locate and study the terraces highlight the enduring human fascination with uncovering the past and preserving the legacy of what once was. The discoveries of remnants of the pink terraces beneath Lake Rotomahana have rekindled hope and excitement, sparking renewed interest in the possibility of finding more evidence of these extraordinary formations. These efforts underscore the resilience of human curiosity and the desire to connect with history, even in the face of monumental loss. For the Maori, the terraces remain a symbol of cultural heritage, deeply tied to their identity and ancestral lands. Their destruction in the eruption was not just a geological event, but also a cultural and spiritual loss. Yet, the terraces continue to be celebrated in Maori storytelling and traditions, serving as a testament to the resilience of their people and the enduring power of their cultural connection to the land. The legend of the pink and white terraces endures as a powerful reminder of the dual forces of creation and destruction that define New Zealand's landscape. They stand as an emblem of both the fragility and the resilience of the natural world, a poignant link between the past and the present. Their story resonates with those who seek to understand the complexities of nature and humanity's place, within it making the terraces an eternal symbol of beauty, loss, and hope. Thank you for watching this video.